Hello everyone, Fanta here. You're watching Fantavision, and today I've been asked by a lot of people in Discord, comments, all that sort of stuff to talk about Epic buying Psyonix, or however you say it. Basically the company that created Rocket League. If you for some reason don't know what Rocket League was, it's this game. It came out, it was huge, it was on PlayStation Plus for free for a lot of people. I think it was like a short time that it was free just because of how much it blew up. It's a fun little game where you play as a car with a rocket, obviously, Rocket League, strapped to the back of it, and you're basically playing soccer. It's a lot of fun, a lot of different skill, a lot of different movement things. You can destroy other cars. It's a fun game. It's a lot of fun. I haven't played it in a long time, but I have it for the Switch, PC, PlayStation 4. Had a lot of fun with friends, and it's even a fun kind of split-screen game. Now, it's actually been supported for quite a while now. They've been adding updates. They added loot boxes and a microtransaction sometime back. I don't know if they've taken that stuff out because, like I said, it's been a long time since I've played it. And now Epic bought it. So people are getting really scared that Epic is going to buy more things and then pull it off of Steam. For now, Epic is trying to say that, hey, they're trying to calm down the masses. Hey, don't worry. We're not taking it off of Steam. But there's this little for now bit added to the end of that. We're not taking it off of Steam for now. We're going to continue to support Steam indefinitely. But for now, we're going to sell it on Steam. It seems like, even though they say there are no plans to take it off of Steam, if you're saying for now, then obviously at some point you're going to be taking it off of the Steam platform. Especially because this is what Epic has been doing. They've been buying games before they get to Steam, having these temporary exclusivity with the Epic Store, and then that's what they've been doing. That's basically their strategy. Not improving their store, not improving the entire feel of it, just buying up games. And now they're buying studios, and people are worried about them buying more studios and just starting to just take games from Steam. Now, it would be great if Steam would step up and finally fucking do something, but they've just been sitting there doing literally nothing as money just keeps raining on them. It's frustrating because you know Valve has a ton of money. You know Valve could stop these buyouts. You know Valve could be... I don't... Maybe they could go along with what the Epic CEO said to entice more people. But I think Steam is just so big, it's such a user-friendly platform that they know that really Epic is just kind of... I mean, this is a temporary strategy. They can't do this forever. In fact, they've even said that, we can't keep buying games at this magnitude. But then buying studios is scary because one thing a lot of people, including myself, are thinking of is, well, what happens when Fortnite dies in popularity? Because at some point that's going to happen. People are going to stop playing so much Fortnite. It's going to die out. Almost every game does. So when Fortnite dies out, Epic is going to lose pretty much all of its income. I mean, what else does Epic have? I can't even think anything off the top of my head besides the store now. So, well, they've got the Unreal Engine, obviously. The Unreal Engine is a huge moneymaker for them. But I feel like once Fortnite is gone, they're definitely going to have a huge amount of their income just disappearing. And I know that's why they're making the store. That's why they're buying up all these, game exclusivity deals. That's why they're buying this company, is because they're trying to have a backup for when they lose that income source. So I get why they're doing it, but the thing is, the way they're doing it, I still feel is wrong. I'm fine with them buying different developers. That's fine, as long as they keep them on the other platform. And I'm sure some people will disagree with me, and that's fine. But until they get their shit together on their platform, everybody's still going to be pissed off. They're going to be very angry at the different companies that are being bought. They're going to continue to be angry at Epic. They're going to continue to review bomb. They're going to continue to boycott. They're going to continue to do all these different things until they fix their store. Just fix your store, honestly. If Epic just put the time and effort, they didn't buy more. They hired a bunch of more people to start working on the store. They could just hire a bunch of developers, just start working on the store, perfect it. Do what Steam isn't doing. Do what Steam never did. Have a real curation process. Have a real filtered out store with quality games on it. Have all of the different issues that the Steam store has had fixed. I mean, if you made just a better Steam store, which is definitely possible, then you would have people being less resistant to people coming over to your store. But until they do that, all of this wasting money on buying different companies and buying exclusivity deals isn't going to do anything. It really isn't. You're not going to win people over. Maybe you'll have people temporarily playing that game. They'll buy that game, they'll play on your platform, and then they're going to stop. I mean, you bought Metro Exodus, which is a single player game, and people will play it, and then they'll stop, and then there'll be no reason to use your platform anymore. Borderlands 3, it's a temporary thing. Lots of people are saying they're going to wait till it's on Steam. I'm just going to wait for the Game of the Year edition. And then there's no reason to be using it on your platform. So you're just going to keep losing people, you know? So entice people. Stop holding things hostage and just make it a better environment where people are going to want to go there. I love competition, but when the competition doesn't favor the consumer, I don't like it. It's not that great of competition at that point. That's not how competition is supposed to work. Competition is supposed to be the better thing wins. The better thing is going to succeed more. The Epic Store is not a better experience. It just isn't. So until it is, I'm not going to say, oh, good job, Epic. If they started updating their store all the time, if they started showing like, okay, look, we're going to start investing lots of money into our developers. We're going to start hiring more. We're going to get more people on certain tasks. We're going to stop crunch time. We're going to stop all these different business practices that we've been doing. And we're going to just focus in and be the best company we can be. Then I'd be like, hell yeah, Epic's wonderful. I support the Steam launcher. I support all that stuff. That's great. But until they stop being a dickhead company, but at the same time, I'm also not going to defend Steam because they're doing absolutely nothing. I know they don't have to do anything at this point. But if Epic does start updating their store and they do start catching up with the user interface, with just the overall consumer experience over on their store, then they're going to start losing a huge amount of people. They really are. So they need to stop the competition, or they need to stop Epic while they still can. They need to hold on to these companies. Maybe Valve should start buying up companies. Stop games from going to Epic. I don't know. But then that's the same thing. That's the same problem. I'm trying to think of what Valve could do to really improve Steam itself besides, like I said, enticing developers instead of buying them out, just giving them a better cut or giving them an equal cut just like Epic. And it's just curate more. Stop having so much garbage on your platform. If they started showing that they cared, maybe they could stop that future thing from happening if Epic does do what I said. But there's so many if. And I feel like with what we've seen with companies, I don't think Epic is going to do that. Epic is not going to hire more developers to focus in the store. They're just going to continue to dump money and buy other companies. That's what a lot of companies do. They're going to continue doing crunch time because who cares? There's so many people that want to be in the games industry that they're going to keep burning out people and bringing people in because they want Epic on their resume. They're going to continue to just buy companies. And Steam and Valve is going to continue to do nothing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if Epic does ever catch up with how their store works. It's one thing that frustrates me though, and I get they have to say it. But the whole company that created Rocket League was talking about how excited they were to be with Epic. It's like, well, yeah, your executives are because they're going to get a huge fat paycheck. Everybody else that's working for that company is probably like, great. We're going to be under the company now that is under all this scrutiny, that has been now known for crunch time, is known for all this and that and the other thing. And it's just, I'm wondering if Epic is going to lay off some of the people that work there. I'm sure they're worried about their jobs. It's not a good time for that company. Usually when companies are bought by other companies, especially in the games industry, they lose employees. So this is not really a great thing for that company. I don't know. It's just an interesting time in the games industry. Everything from how games are monetized to the way competition is working these days is just, it's sad. And I get that consoles have also had this whole exclusivity thing with games, and they're buying, they've bought companies and they've done the same sort of thing. But normally in console competition, at least we, the consumers, are getting a benefit. I mean, if it weren't for the competition between Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo, I feel like their exclusive games wouldn't be as special, wouldn't be as polished, wouldn't be as phenomenal as they really are. Maybe not Microsoft this generation, but, last generation, it was the battle of Halo and Uncharted and The Last of Us and Gears of War and, of course, all of the Nintendo exclusives that are made usually by Nintendo. And we're seeing that we're getting this benefit by having this competition. If it weren't for this competition, all of these in-house studios at Sony wouldn't be pumping out such amazing games. I mean, PlayStation 4 has been killing it when it comes to exclusives because they're in-house developers and they're trying to make their system the best system that people are going to want. They're trying to give the best game experiences. Now, if Epic started putting a bunch of money into creating more and new and unique titles, they started funding a bunch of different indie developers, they started... that's what Valve did. Valve employed a bunch of college students and indie developers, and that's where Portal came from. That's where... I'm trying to remember other games. I know there's other games. But, Left 4 Dead, I believe, was a smaller company as well. So they took all these different smaller companies, they gave them a bigger budget, they bought them, brought them in-house, they absorbed them into Valve, and because of that, we got phenomenal games. If Epic started doing that, that'd be awesome. If Valve started making games again, and they started bringing a reason for people to fight for Valve even more than just the fact that it's, this is the best experience, then that'd be phenomenal. I would love for there to be the launcher war on the PC if that's what the launcher war was. I somehow still hit my mic even with my smaller pop filter. So hopefully that sort of thing happens, but I just don't see it happen. Valve is just sitting around doing nothing as usual, and Epic is just going to keep buying companies. It's sad. It's just sad to me. And I hope that changes, but... And it's not even cynical anymore. And if it is cynical, it's not my fault. That's just what has happened continually in the games industry, is that they've just constantly done the short-sighted thing to get people there this moment, but they're not really thinking for the future. Because if they were thinking for the future, Valve would be developing new games, they'd be getting people excited to continue to fight for that platform. Epic would be putting a ton more energy in their store and making exclusives and bringing in developers and indie people and making new and exciting games that make you want to play in the Epic Store. But instead they're just buying them. And they're just giving more money to big AAA companies that don't need it. I know some indie developers have been helped by Epic, which is great, but it's not exactly like what Valve did. It's not taking them under your wing, giving them your engine, giving them the money and a budget to make their game even better, and creating brand new experiences. It's just like, here's extra amount of money, here's a little bit extra when you're selling your games. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but my hopes are not high for a console battle-like thing with these launchers. I think it's just going to be them basically throwing fistfuls of money at each other. Whereas right now, it's not even fistfuls of money at each other. It's just Epic throwing fistfuls of money at Valve or at other developers to get off of Valve. It's like they're trying to build a wall between all of these exciting games that are coming out and Valve, and they're trying to get people, okay, well, for 6 months, we'll get you. For 6 months, we'll get you. Here you go. Here's a bunch of money. 6 months, we'll get you. I don't see that working out in the long run. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys think Epic strategy is valid, you think it's fine, or if you agree with me, let me know. And as always, have a fantastic day. See ya. Today, drinking tangerine LaCroix. Pretty delicious. Definitely still my favorite flavor. I am working on a bunch of new videos. I know I keep saying that, but I keep getting stalled because one thing or another thing, another pops up. Trying to keep up with the news, trying to keep up with the Tales from Retail, trying to keep up streaming. I've been getting better at streaming again. I was out of it for a while. Definitely stopped by in the streams. And definitely stop by the Discord as well. Discord's a lot of fun. We've got over 500, I think almost 600 people in the Discord. People are pretty much always on there. If you want to have a chat with them, you can always ping me. I'm up for discussion. There's fan art there. There's when I'm streaming, I ping everybody because Twitch doesn't know how to do that. They're kind of like YouTube on that part. But definitely come join the Discord. And yeah.